doesn't really fill a Strat void if you're after a, you know, reasonable Strat for cheap. I would go for something for a little bit more money than this if you don't want to buy, you know, a USA Strat. You can do better than this for maybe 200, 300 pounds or US dollars thereabouts with like a Squier Classic vibe. Or maybe a Bullet even. Everything feels fine on the guitar. The fretwork is good. The fret material, or like the, you know, the actual alloy, feels kind of weird. I'm not sure what is causing this to sound the way it does. The guitar is very light, even for a Strat. Especially like the neck feels lightweight, whatever maple they've used for it. That in combination with the frets and the very lightweight bridge result in quite a hollow kind of pingy sound. More so than a normal Strat. So especially when you want a bit of bass on the, you know, A and D strings around the middle of the fretboard, they sound very hollow in a kind of unpleasing way. It still sounds fine for kind of open chords and stuff, but then again, any in-tune guitar will. So the only thing I've changed on this is the strings that came with it. They were okay, I just put new strings on it. Otherwise it's fully stock. I also swapped the bridge and middle pickups around just so you can get kind of a faux telly sound when you're in that position. But when you're in what would normally be this position for the neck and middle, you're actually hearing neck and bridge because that is what was the middle pickup moved there. So just to get that combo, because I don't care too much for that combo. Going back to the quality of the guitar, it's got the 6-screw bridge. Not a big fan of those just because they're so hard to set up. I do think the 2-point pivot is slightly superior. I've tightened the springs all the way up on the other side so that this is fixed to the body, because the bridge was so light that it was causing it to not have really any sustain. The lightweight bridge, it basically saps a lot of vibration from the strings. Because it's not heavy, it can absorb that energy very easily. So if you deck it to the wood, it allows the strings to see a bit more mass on the end, and so it makes it harder for them to dissipate their energy into the bridge and body of the guitar, because it's harder for them to transfer that vibration to a heavier, you know, rigid mass on the end there. So the tuners, they feel fine. The nut, it's cut fine, but there's a gap between the nut and the wood here. Fret ends are really good, perfect almost. There's a tiny bit of sharpness, but way less than many Made in Mexico Strats, Fender Strats that I've picked up and played. Neck pocket is good. The pickups are fine and all the electronics are fine. It's mainly just some of the materials. When you buy an instrument, you do want to enjoy playing it as much as possible. If you got the cash, I would go for something slightly better.